Top 10 Financial Metrics for Startups. Hey everyone, it's Pablo here. Welcome back to the channel where we help you scale your business like a pro. We're talking about the lifeblood of your business, the numbers that tell you if you're on the path to unicorn status or heading straight for a crash landing. Today, we're diving into the top 10 financial metrics that every single startup should be tracking in 2024. Knowing these metrics is like having X-ray vision into your company's health. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful content. Let's get right into it. All right, let's kick things off with a metric that should be no stranger to you. Revenue growth. This is the granddaddy of them all, the one metric that gives you a pulse on whether your business is actually growing. A healthy revenue growth rate is like rocket fuel for your startup, attracting investors, boosting team morale, and giving you the resources to innovate and expand. But here's the thing, simply knowing your revenue growth rate isn't enough. Is your growth organic, coming from existing customers spending more, or are you attracting a ton of new customers? So keep a close eye on this metric, analyze the trends, and make sure your growth engine is firing on all cylinders. Next up, we've got gross margin, and trust me, this one's a biggie. We're talking about the difference between your revenue and the cost of goods sold, expressed as a percentage. Basically, it tells you how much money you're actually making from each dollar of sales after factoring in production or service delivery costs. Now, a healthy gross margin is crucial for any sustainable business, especially for startups. Think of it like this. If your gross margin is too low, it's like trying to run a marathon with ankle weights on. You might make some progress, but it's going to be a slow and painful journey. The bottom line is, a healthy gross margin is the lifeblood of any successful business, so make sure you're keeping a close eye on it. Now, let's talk about a metric that keeps startup founders up at night. Burn rate. We're talking about how much cash your business is burning through every month. It's the speed at which you're spending your runway, and trust me, you don't want to be caught with your runway on fire. Calculating your burn rate is pretty straightforward. You simply subtract your total expenses from your total revenue for a given period. If the number is positive, congrats, you're actually cash flow positive. But if it's negative, well, that's your burn rate. The key is to closely monitor your burn rate, understand the factors driving it, and ensure you have enough runway to achieve your next milestone. Remember, running out of cash is one of the main reasons why startups fail, so stay vigilant and keep that burn rate in check. All right, let's talk about acquiring those valuable customers and how much it's actually costing you. That's where customer acquisition cost, or CAC, comes in. This metric tells you the average amount of money you spend to acquire a new customer. You need a constant flow of new customers to survive and thrive. But here's the catch. Acquiring customers can be expensive. And if you're not careful, you might find yourself spending more to acquire a customer than they're actually worth to your business. So, how do you calculate your CAC? Simple. You divide your total marketing and sales expenses for a given period by the number of new customers acquired during that same period. Once you have your CAC, you can start optimizing your marketing campaigns and ensuring that you're getting the most bang for your buck when it comes to acquiring those valuable customers. All right, now that we've covered the cost of acquiring customers, let's talk about the flip side of the coin, lifetime value, or LTV. This metric is like the holy grail of SaaS metrics because it tells you how much revenue you can expect to generate from a single customer over their entire relationship with your business. Now, you might be wondering why LTV is such a big deal. If you know that a typical customer is worth $10,000 to your business over their lifetime, you'll be much more willing to invest in acquiring them, right? It's all about maximizing the value you get from each and every customer. All right, let's face it, losing customers is like a punch to the gut. It hurts, and it can really put a dent in your revenue growth. That's where churn rate comes in. This metric tells you the percentage of customers who decide to cancel their subscriptions or stop doing business with you over a specific period. Now, a high churn rate is like a red flag waving in your face, telling you that something's not right. The key is to identify the root causes of churn and address them head-on before it's too late. One of the best ways to reduce churn is to focus on providing an exceptional customer experience. Remember, happy customers are less likely to jump ship, so make sure you're going the extra mile to keep them satisfied. Now, for all you subscription-based businesses out there, this next metric is for you: monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. This is the lifeblood of your business, the predictable and recurring revenue stream that keeps your lights on and your investors happy. MRR is simply the total amount of revenue you generate from your recurring subscriptions each month. By tracking your MRR, you can easily forecast future revenue, identify growth opportunities, and track the overall health of your subscription business. You also want to keep an eye on other important MRR metrics like new MRR, expansion MRR, churn MRR, and net new MRR. These metrics provide a more granular view of your MRR growth and help you identify areas for improvement. All right, let's talk about a metric that keeps startup founders up at night: Runway. This metric tells you how much time you have left until you run out of cash based on your current burn rate. It's like a fuel gauge for your business, and you never want to let it get too close to empty. Calculating your runway is pretty straightforward. You simply divide your current cash balance by your monthly burn rate. Now, here's the thing about runway: it's not a static number. Remember, running out of cash is one of the main reasons why startups fail. So keep a close eye on that runway and make sure you have enough fuel to reach your destination. All right, let's talk about a metric that measures how much your customers actually love you: Net Promoter Score, or NPS. This metric is all about measuring customer loyalty and satisfaction, and it's based on one simple question. On a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend our company to a friend or colleague? To calculate your NPS, you simply subtract the percentage of detractors from the percentage of promoters. A high NPS score is a good indicator that you're doing something right and that your customers are happy with your products or services. By regularly surveying your customers and monitoring your NPS, you can gain valuable insights into customer sentiment and identify areas for improvement. All right, let's wrap things up with a metric that gives you a bird's-eye view of your company's financial performance: EBITDA, which stands for Earnings Before Interest, Taxes, Depreciation, and Amortization. Now, I know what you're thinking. Graham, that sounds like a mouthful. And you're right, it is. EBITDA is simply a measure of your company's profitability that excludes certain expenses that might not reflect the core operations of your business. Think of it this way: EBITDA is like looking at your company's financial performance through a special pair of glasses that filter out some of the noise. It helps you understand how much profit your business is generating from its core operations, regardless of how it's financed or structured. It can be a valuable tool for comparing the performance of different companies within the same industry, or for tracking your own company's profitability over time. So there you have it, the top 10 financial metrics that every startup should be tracking in 2024. Remember, understanding these metrics is like having a superpower. It allows you to make informed decisions, spot opportunities, and navigate the ever-changing landscape of the business world. Let me know in the comments which one you find the most valuable. That's it for today. I'll catch you in the next one.